All this rubbish out of my pockets. Right, we get some graft done now. This morning. Oh, you hardcores out there, how are you doing? Bruce here from Porky's Corner. Biggest gob in sport. Oh, and we're going to rinse today. Who's been working them out? Big Shane Fury. He's been in the news last 24 hours, isn't that right? Big Shane. I don't mind Big Shane Fury, actually, because I think he's probably the only one of them that talks sense at times, and I think he'd be a good interviewer. In media, I would. I think he's really patient. He don't lose his cool, does he? Screaming and ranting like the father. You know, he don't come out with vulgar stuff. I think he'd be all right in media, but I don't agree with what he said. I think that Simon Jordan were honest, and I think he stated facts. And I think really what's really got him angry is going on about the £1 million to charity that he didn't give Piers Morgan because he said he was retired. I think that really gets Tyson and whatnot after the 7 million that he didn't give to charity. If you keep saying you're going to make charitable donations and you're earning all these millions, and it's not about money for you, just give it to charity. Don't say you're going to do it. And I think it's mainly that's got under the skin, really, because that's when the bit, didn't they? When Jordan kept going on about it, about Piers Morgan. But I'm sure Simon Jordan ain't going to be losing any sleep over it. And let me say this to you. They will want Talksport on board. If the Usyk fight's done, it ain't really going that way, is it? December 23rd. They've all gone silent on it. But tomorrow, they might not. And then next week, they might go silent again. So is there any wonder that the media are going to have a little pop back? Now, this is how I look at it. All right? This is how I look at it. Why are the media supposed to be frightened of these? Yeah, they're all big lads, they can all fight, but why are the media supposed to be frightened of them? I'm not. Why would you be frightened of these? None of them can do any jail. Bullies, don't be frightened. People emailing me, who I've known ages, texting me. Yeah, they're out there, they've got the passes and that. Then ask a question. Nobody knows what to do now. They're all shaking like leaves. Well, this is how I look at it. Stand your ground and ask proper questions. Simple as. If you want to ask them, I think you've had a great career, but you said you were retired. You said if you come back, you're going to give $1 million to charity, to Piers Morgan's charity. Where's the $1 million? Where's the 7 million to homeless? Can't keep making these statements to curry public opinion and then cocking off and then expect that everybody's going to be all hunky-dory about it. Don't work like that, does it? The media don't work like that. Shane Fury could actually work in media, I think, because he's very patient in front of the camera and his answers are very clear. He speaks properly and he speaks sense. He could have a job as a boxing pundit. He really does talk sense. As for the rest of them, well, John rants and raves, doesn't he, and carries off, doesn't he, and a bit vulgar, isn't he, at times. Tyson, he's up and down, isn't he, but he's real deal. He's bringing it so he can get away with it, can't he, while he's producing the goods. But I don't agree with Shane. I agree with Simon Jordan. I thought he spoke well, and he was the only one that were willing to ask them questions. The rest of them filled the nappy. I don't hear Coogan Cassius coming out with them questions. But he's a coward anyway, isn't he, Coogan? What is it? Coogan, is it 37 months or 38 months since you last interviewed Bricktop? I don't know, can anybody tell me? Somebody told me 37 months last night. Somebody told me it's 38 months since you had a big sit down with old Dinted. So why is that? Why are you not interviewing him? Are your alliances with Eddie Hills, the 6-0 Iceman from Billericay, who, as we speak, is in a meeting with DAZN, I've heard today. They're putting a package together to nab Fury when his deal's up with Bricktop and the Bobfather. Would you put it past Tyson Fury going with DAZN? No, you wouldn't. Tommy's with them, innit? Trust me. Well, why not? It's just like putting a purse bid in, isn't it? For a mandatory fight, everybody gets a chance to bid, don't they? Why not? Eddie will do it through gritted teeth, and within a couple of weeks, it'll all be forgotten about. They'll be bosom buddies. But hey ho, hey ho. But what I want to see now, I want to see silence from Big John Fury. I've had a stomach full of him last few weeks, haven't we, really? Imagine if you had to live on the same camp as him. Oh, God. Can you imagine every day having to wake up and he's there? Hey? Pop, pop, bang. Pop, pop, banging every morning. It's no wonder all them young kids on that camp where he's all his cars are, they jump up and down on them, don't they? And they're just family members. You've got to laugh, haven't you? But if you stand up to people like that, they back down. Stand up to them. He's been out of jail, hasn't he? Big John over 8 years. Not thrown a punch. He's the Audley Harrison of boxing. Not throwing a punch. When he were going to fight Mickey Theo, he kept moving Dave. But you know, once he called me a blowjob, it was game on, wasn't it? Tyson Fury. I like Tyson Fury. He can fight. Tyson Fury rung Dennis Hobson up, my former boss, and pal of mine every now and then when I see him. Tyson, what did Dennis tell you? You rung up and you went, oh, can you have a word with Dennis? He's putting billboards up and having to go up with dad, this and that. What did Dennis tell you? He told us on crackers, didn't he? And he can't do that with me. He can't do that with me. And he's got more pull than you. So he can't do it with me, so you can't. No, we're getting Daniel Kinnan to ring Dennis up. Or Spencer Fearon and all that. Nobody tells me what to do. I'm a 53-year-old grown man with an opinion. So if you can't intimidate me, make threats behind scenes or get people to have a word with me, you can't do no with me, can you? None of us. All right? If John Fury gets in my way again, I'll put him up in lights again and silence him. Because when I put it on him with them billboards, he didn't want to know, did he? What, it 9 or 10 billboards? Manchester area, Sheffield, Doncaster. Not a peak out of him, 15 months. Yeah. Well, last 26 months, with no billboards and no Mickey Theo chat, he's slipped back into John mode, hasn't he? Maybe I might need to turn the heat up on him again. I can think of some really, really good billboard designs that I could put up there to tell the real John Fury story. Oh, we'll see how it pans out, won't we? Put that out back burner at the moment. All right? All we want to do is see fight. All we want to see is the fights. That's it. We're not seeing them, are we? We're hearing a load of rubbish now. They could be telling the truth about Usyk. But nobody believes anymore. It's like the boy who cried wolf. Dad, there's a bogeyman in my bedroom. What? There ain't. One day you're going to do it and there will be a bogeyman in your bedroom. And you'll go, yeah, I don't believe you. That's what we're up against at the moment. Nobody believes a word that comes out of the mouth. Not Bricktop, not the Gypsy King, definitely not Captain Chaos, old pop, bang. Diplomat out of him, Shane, innit? But he's going to have to back his family, innit? If he were in a court of law, it wouldn't stand up. I believe Simon Jordan, I believe he spoke facts. They can't handle the truth. Can you imagine having a disagreement behind closed doors with no camera and no social media with these lot? Could you imagine how it'd end up? Well, you know, don't you? It's going to end up with them, innit? They end up in violence. That's what happens. Now, they can't do that. They can intimidate, but they can't do it around boxing people. They know they can't do it, right? So what they do, they get your press passed up. That's all they do. That's because they can't intimidate. Now, these others that have got press passes, frightened to death. Yeah, frightened to death. Yeah, my mate who texts me, he admits it. He don't want a scratch off him. So I don't want cracking at Middle Saudi. Why? Why be intimidated by bullies? Why be intimidated by bullies? You can't be intimidated by them. Nobody in boxing knows where my office is. Nobody wants to come and knock on the door, do they? Why? For telling the truth? Oh, telling the truth and asking a few questions, eh? If you're in a position where you're playing this game with media and the general public, pay-per-view up, pay-per-view down. I'll fight him, I'll not fight him. I'll fight him, then I'll fight him now. Oh, I'll not fight him. I'm going around in circles, it sends you mad. The public only put up with so much. Boxing fans are fickle. Now we're banning Talksport now. Biggest media outlet out there after Sky, isn't it? Well, it's certainly the biggest one for radio, isn't it? And streaming and whatnot. We've dropped a clanger. They will be cap in hand if for Usyk fight. They'll turn that around. They'll all be pally-pally. It's business. All right? Business. But what can you do? What can you do? This is what happens when you're dealing with bullies. Absolute bullies. Do you know what I mean? Unbelievable. But 2 days till the big fight. So let's just enjoy the week, shall we? But we've still got Big John going to have to put it on Mike Tyson, aren't we? Proper fancy man like Mike Tyson. No, jumped up bodybuilder like you, Mickey Theo. If Mickey Theo would have jumped up bodybuilder, John, why don't you just go blast him? Go blast him. Fight posters were done. It were May 28th on it. 2 years ago now. Mate, it's nearly 3 years ago, isn't it? Well, in 2020 they should have fought. I think it was, wasn't it? May. Unbelievable, isn't it? Not happened, has it? Or May 21. It's that long ago. Look, there's talkers and there's Smoky Bacon walkers. 8 year, 2 month hard at Nick. Not had a fight. Make fighting, man. Tyson's best heavyweight in the world. He's fighting on Garno. You deal with him in 1 round if he wants. He's done White and Chisora. There you give me fights. Got to be Usyk after this one. Got to be. Well, you know, if it isn't Usyk next, after all the hula hooping and whatever, all the chit chat, if it's not Usyk next, where's that leave boxing? Where does it leave boxing? Because it's on its knees. All these back slappers and all that, nobody's fighting anybody. Look at the 70s. They all having great fights in the 70s. Nobody batted an eyelid about getting stuck in, did they? Nowadays, everybody wants to like be known as undefeated, don't they? And be known as a boxer and have all the fame, but don't do the heavy lifting. Even Tyson, to a certain extent, has got the ability to reign for another 10 years if he wants. But there's like an handful of fighters on his hand that are any good. Wilder, Vladimir, Steve Cunningham. Is that it? Is that it? Can't count Chisora and White. He's never won a world title. So Wilder, Vladimir, Cunningham. Cruiserweight Cunningham, Vladimir, old man, done Wilder twice. 5-year champion Wilder, 10-year Vladimir. Brilliant. Tyson had to go to Germany for that fight. I don't want to hear people keep coming up to me. Yeah, he went to Germany, didn't he? He had to go to Germany or he wouldn't have got the fight. Same with Wilder one. Bricktop thought he were done. That's why he sent him there out to fight Wilder. We know what happened. The rest of it is just bull and sucking up. They're all being cosy and nice to each other. It'll all end up in court. These kind of things always do. Go back through the history books. It's all there in black and white. I'm just going to sit back, drinking me relentless and watch it all happen. Packing these here, aren't they now? Apparently, they're supposed to send you wappy. Like having a Red Bull, isn't it, with a sniff? I think that's about it, really. That's about it. Roberto Smith, just before we forget, I've got a nice little surprise for you, Roberto Smith. Got a nice surprise for you coming in the next 7 days. I'll put you up in lights, Robert Smith. Yeah. Sometimes I just get that urge. You know, when something needs to be done to prove a point. You know what I mean? That's about it. Bit of back and biceps now. Peace out. Keep on trucking. Keep sporting boxing. Don't have nightmares, especially you YouTubers out there in Saudi. Stand up for yourself, and you media guys out there. Don't be intimidated by anybody. Nobody's going to hit you in Saudi. Nobody will threaten you or hit you in Saudi Arabia because they've got to get out of the country. And it's a really, really, really bad charge out like that over there. You may not get out. It's like a really different legal process over there to here. So nobody's going to hit you. So don't be intimidated. Yeah, you might not get access if you ask strong questions, but do your job. Don't be frightened of these lot. Don't be frightened of them. All right? They're not going to hit you. Even though they're big lumps, they won't hit you. Just talk a good game. All right, might lose your press pass though. But that's what you're up against. But do your jobs. Look in the mirror. Men in the mirror moment. Don't be intimidated. All right? Well, peace out. Thanks for liking and subscribing and leaving a comment. Booyaka.